Outdoor athletes are often the picture of health, strong, lean, energetic, and impressively committed to movement, no matter the weather. But there's one thing their training regimens often forget. The sun doesn't care how fit you are. Whether you're a marathon runner, cyclist, tennis player, or just someone who enjoys morning jogs, your skin is constantly dealing with prolonged UV exposure, sweat, and a complex relationship with vitamin D metabolism. And science has a lot to say about how to play it smart under the sun without sacrificing performance or long-term health. First off, let's talk timing. Training in the early morning or late afternoon isn't just easier on your lungs and muscles, it's significantly gentler on your skin. The UV index is typically highest between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. when the sun is at its most direct angle. Exercising outside during this window increases the risk of sunburn, heat stress, and cumulative skin damage. Whenever possible, plan intense workouts for earlier or later in the day to minimize peak UV exposure. If you must train midday, say, for acclimatization or competition-specific reasons, protective measures become non-negotiable. Which brings us to the sweaty elephant in the room, sunscreen. Athletes often skip it, forget it, or assume their gear and sweat are enough to protect them. But here's the deal. Sweat breaks down sunscreen fast. So does friction from clothing, towels, and equipment. That water-resistant label on your SPF bottle? It typically only means 40 to 80 minutes of reliable coverage during activity. After that, you're more or less flying UV naked unless you reapply. Science recommends using a broad-spectrum sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher, applied at least 15 to 30 minutes before sun exposure. Reapplication should happen every 2 hours at minimum, and more frequently if you're sweating heavily, swimming, or toweling off. And yes, that means keeping a travel-sized tube in your gear bag, even if it's not cool or convenient. Your 50-year-old self will thank you when you're not dealing with skin biopsies or odd moles named Larry. Next, hydration, the often underrated skin-saving habit. Staying hydrated doesn't just prevent muscle cramps, it helps maintain the skin's barrier function, which is critical when you're sweating buckets under a blazing sun. Dehydrated skin is more prone to irritation, heat rash, and even sun sensitivity. Athletes need to drink before, during, and after activity. Not just water, but sometimes electrolytes, especially in hot conditions. And no, coffee doesn't count. Now, let's talk vitamin D, the nutritional paradox for outdoor athletes. You'd think athletes who train outside for hours each week would have vitamin D levels through the roof. But that's not always the case. High-performance training, especially endurance sports, can alter immune and hormonal function, increasing the body's demand for vitamin D. Add sunscreen use, early/late training times, cloudy weather, and sun protective clothing, and it's entirely possible for even the most sun-exposed athlete to end up deficient. Vitamin D is crucial for bone health, immune defense, and muscle function, 3 things athletes need in top shape. Low levels are associated with increased injury risk, chronic fatigue, and reduced performance. For this reason, many sports medicine experts now recommend routine testing of vitamin D status in serious athletes and adjusting diet or supplements accordingly. Depending on latitude, skin tone, and training schedule, an athlete may still need 1,000 to 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, especially during winter or when training indoors. Finally, smart gear choices can make or break your sun safety routine. Lightweight, moisture-wicking, UPF-rated clothing, ultraviolet protection factor, can provide consistent, sweat-proof coverage where sunscreen fails. A cap or visor, UV-blocking sunglasses, and neck gaiters, yes, even in warm climates, offer essential defense for commonly forgotten areas like ears, lips, and the back of the neck. And don't forget, lip balm with SPF is a thing. Use it. In short, being an outdoor athlete doesn't mean surrendering your skin to the elements or assuming your tan is proof of resilience. It means adapting intelligently, training your skin with the same care you give your muscles and lungs. Sunscreen, hydration, timing, and thoughtful supplementation aren't distractions, they're performance tools. Because the sun might fuel your spirit, but if you're not careful, it'll also age your skin, drain your reserves, and quietly sabotage your health. Train smart. Recover wisely, and never underestimate the power of that one bottle of SPF.